Hello everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video. Again, I'm filming in real time, so I realised this morning that I have no video scheduled on my YouTube channel, so I thought the fastest way to do it is just to film while I'm working, so that's what I'm going to do. Natalie May Scrapbooking has these fabulous new collage papers. I only have a couple of them here. I'm pretty sure there is a delivery heading my way with some more. They are body positivity images. I just love these. Very rarely do you see different body shapes and sizes represented, and isn't it wonderful? So I'm going to do a journal page. I want to use this image up here, and I'm going to do one that is about body positivity, because I think it's something that we can all struggle with. And I'm not going to get all deep and meaningful, but, you know, yeah, don't we all just need to let go of those societal things that we're told how we should be, how we should look? No. So I'm going to use this image, and I am going to create a journal page about that. So I've found some quotes that I quite like, and I'm going to start by sticking her in, and I kind of think I want her right in the middle. One of my lovely friends has sent me these fabulous tools for popping gel medium on, so I'm going to give this a try. I think she has heard me commenting so many times about my brush having gone crunchy, so yeah, this might be a way forward, I guess. So I'm going to stick this on. So I'm getting my image on first, because then I'm going to go in and add some colour. I am going to make it so that her face is not on the crease, just purely because I kind of don't want anything to affect how that sits. And I'm sticking her in first because I'm going to do the background around her, and that way I don't have to go in and paint a pretty background and then mask some out with white. I can kind of just go with it, work around what's already here. So I'm going to look at the colours in my background and find some colours that will work with that. So I'm going to look for, I think definitely Tangelo. There's kind of like a maroony, like fuchsia, maybe eggplant. And I've got some blues, so I'm thinking sapphire is going to work quite nicely. There's definitely a nice sort of yellowy mustard. I think we have to have some pink in there too. There's almost like rainbowy colours. Those are quite pretty though. Let's go with that yellow. A bit of red maybe. Yeah, quite like that. Okay. I'm just going to smooth that over with my finger. Obviously, like, you don't want to rub over your image too much, otherwise you can end up taking some of the colour out if you're not careful. So let me grab a brush and then I can make a start. So this is Tangelo that I'm using first. Oh, I thought that was going to explode then. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of water on my brush. And what I'm going to do, instead of doing that kind of my hundreds and thousands technique, I'm just going to pull some of these colours out from where they are. Oh, there's like a blackberry there. Oh, let's see if this one's going to play ball. Hoping it hasn't separated too much. Let's give that a quick wash. That brush actually needs a clean. I think it's gone a bit... I need to get some of my Murphy's oil soap out. And that's a pretty colour. Wow, that's one I've not used for quite a while. I'm just going to pull it right over the collage paper as well. Not really any of that over there, so let's not introduce that. Then we need some sapphire. I'm just going to make this blue come out and touch the edge, and then there's loads of this blue over here, so I might even grab, I mean, I think turquoise would maybe work quite nicely there. I'm going to try and extend these up to the edges so that the colours connect. Okay, let's go in with a bit of turquoise. So at the minute these colours are looking a little bit funky. But it's just about trusting the process. And quite often when I do backgrounds I would only go in and use like maybe 3 colours to start off with. So this at the minute is going to look quite busy. But once I get more colours on there, it'll come together. You will see. So, I actually... let's bring some of that up here. Bit of mustard. Oh, I love this colour. Got to be a little bit careful here because there's the potential for mustard and that fuchsia colour to kind of make a bit of a funky colour, which I don't really want, if I'm honest. I don't want. I'd make a nice green over there. And then I want to just pull a little bit over here. I actually think some blackberry is going to work really nicely on this background, so I'm going to come in with blackberry or not. There we go. I think it will work quite nicely next to some of these, and I definitely need to pull some red over there as well. I'm just going to merge that up into the Tangelo. Pull that down here. That'll do. Okay, and then let's go over here with some blackberry. I mean, it's quite a dark colour down there. It's not necessarily a purple, but I think nevertheless that is going to be all right. Just pull a little bit over here. Okay, I mean, that is looking utterly bonkers, isn't it, with all those colours? so many ways that oh good lord, that we can calm this down without killing myself in the process. I think I'm just going to go in with a smaller brush and add some raspberry, because that is just going to warm it up. And also I like raspberry. I think it's a really pretty colour. Yeah, that was my hand. Well done, Claire. Okay, it's looking quite busy, so I'm going to grab some of Nat's stencils and see about calming this down. I'm just wondering if there's any of the... because I've started storing my stencils on rings, I've put all of the masks that belong to Nat's stencils in one place, and I'm just looking at that butterfly. Just wondering if there's anything. I do quite like that. And obviously we've got all those letters, so we could even, when it comes to it, oops. For a T. And then a P. I might use those. I do kind of like that butterfly. Right, so what I might do to start off with is just add some more stenciling onto here. I'm going to use my mini marks and Nat's Impossible marks, if I can find it. I know it's around here somewhere because I have used it recently. Is it at the back? Nope, there it is. Okay. And I'm going to go in with some, some stenciling. Because this background is crazy, let's just make it even more bonkers. And then I'm going to go in and do some masking, which is one way you can rescue crazy backgrounds. I mean, I don't really think this needs rescuing, but you might be looking at it and thinking, There's a lot going on here. That's the idea at the moment. That's what I want. I want big, bold colours. Someone at retreat gave me these sponges and they are super lovely. So if you're watching this and it was you, thank you so much. Aren't they cool? I kind of need to know where they came from because they are lovely. I like that it's got so many sides to it. So you can just keep turning it around. Turquoise, let's go in with turquoise and these lines. So what I'm doing here is just building up lots and lots of pattern. Going with Angelo, yeah. Yep. Okay. That's sapphire. I'm kind of just using up what's left really at the minute. The colours that are over here on my palette. And I'm looking for where there are spaces. Okay, so I think what might be quite nice now is to go in with a couple of lighter colours. I'm thinking iris might be quite nice and taffy. Because then how I'm going to calm this right down is I'm going to grab white and I'm going to mask over a lot of what's going on with the butterflies and then my words, and it'll all come together. So I'm just going in with some slightly lighter stenciling. I'm starting to think about little bits of contrast. Got quite a lot of dark colours on here and I kind of want to just bring a bit of relief to the journal page. So that was taffy, sorry, and this is iris. Pretty. Iris is such a lovely purple. To overlap onto the collage paper, so I think it might also be quite nice to just go in with a few white splatters. So let me just pop a little bit of that out. I am going to mask over this anyway, and adding these layers into the first layer is just going to mean that it's all the more interesting when we mask over. Don't look, Isabel. She's just done my nails this morning and here I am splattering and covering myself in paint. Okay. I mean, I think that's quite pretty. It's very colourful, but it doesn't not work. For me, I think it's come together really nicely. And just that touch of adding the stenciling is what's pulled that together. I'll trim this bit off when I'm finished. Now, some of the colours that I've used on this background are quite reactive when you add white over the top. So fuchsia is one, blackberry is one, as is raspberry, but that might actually work in my favour when it comes to masking over the top. So my quote is going to be, stop trying to fix your body, it's not broken. And I think just to help me, I might use a little bit of stencil tape on the back of these letters just to hold them in place while I mask over the top. If I just take some of the sticky off first. This also means I can kind of squidge the letters up a little bit more too. Yes, it's fiddly, but it'll be easier than trying to hold them in place. And the tape that I'm using is just some Art by Marlene stencil tape. Any would work really well, to be fair. Washi tape, perfectly good. And you don't need a lot. And it's kind of picking up some of the oil off my fingers as well, so that will also hopefully mean that it won't be too sticky. Stop. Right, and then my other thing I'm thinking is, shall we put butterflies? 1, 2, and then a little one. Right, let's put this one down here. I think I'm going to use a blending foam for this, purely because I can smoosh. That's one of my technical terms. Smoosh just means kind of swizzing it around a bit, and I can create a bit of variety in whether my paint is very opaque or quite translucent. I can see that the stencil tapers. There we go, that's all right. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, does it? In a way, it's a shame that butterfly is not a little bit smaller. But I think maybe we just make it work. And I can kind of join it's not massively obvious that these are butterflies. It is if you look closely, but the pattern and everything is just creating a bit of relief from the very busy background, and it's allowing those areas where there's a bit of colour to pop as well. Just adding that stencil tape meant that I didn't have to hold those in place. I really like that. Okay, So everything that I've used so far is available from Natalie May Scrapbooking, right down to the paints. The paints are Dina Wakley Media, so obviously you can get those from Ranger as well. Art from the Heart if you're in the UK. Okie dokie. So I think we could maybe move some of these paints out of the way. Let's just pull all those over there. And this. Because I know what I'm like. I'll end up sticking something in it all. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with dot stamp text. That's a really fabulous white ink that I love, that one of my friends, the lovely Anne, introduced me to. Okay, so I've gone in with some white dots. I think I want some black dots too. So at the minute there's not really any darkness on here apart from on her shorts. And what is really important for me when I create journal pages, any journal page really, is having that contrast, so the black and the white and the colour, and it all works together. So in a way, using the butterflies on this background was a little bit symbolic. Oh my gosh, Claire. Because it's about releasing what society tells us is how we should be. So, can't necessarily tell that they're butterflies, but I don't mind. Okay, so I'm just going to outline these letters. And I love the colours that are peeping through. And then time for my words. And then I'm just going to go in and do some little doodles, little scribbles. I want to write some words on here. Confidence. I think, excuse my stomach there, it's important to write about your thoughts when you're doing pages like this. And for me, that journaling process is a very important part of my art journaling. So here we go. Stop trying to fix your body. It's not broken. I really like how that's come together. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.